welcome. I'm not Norm Johnson from Mindshare. I'm Liz Butler from The Guardian, and I know in the programme it says that Neil Dewlake is talking. I didn't change sex on the flight. I am Liz Butler. Unfortunately, Neil couldn't make it. No, so today I'm going to talk about casting the net wider, building engagement across the web. Now, just to put in context, I'm sorry I haven't tried this out yet, so let's hope it works. The Guardian. So for those of you who don't know, Guardian News and Media is a publisher in the UK. We have a Monday to Saturday newspaper, The Guardian. We have The Observer, which is our Sunday newspaper, and we also have guardian.co.uk, which is our website. Now, today, I'm really going to talk about our experiences. So I'm going to use guardian.co.uk as an example throughout. It's really from a Guardian viewpoint, and I really hope it is interesting. We don't have all the answers. We're trying a lot of things. A lot of things are working, and a lot of things aren't working. So user engagement is everything that we do, and community is at the heart of everything that we do, and it's very important. Even if you're not a publisher, for your website, you must create a sense of community on your site. Now, please take a moment to read this slide. It's taken from our football chalkboard. Now, as you can see, this user is really engaged with our site. He's set up his football team, he's looking at the football highlights all day, and it's actually making him sick. And look at the time it was written at 4:45 in the morning. He got up at that early to write this comment. So this is an example of user engagement gone too far. So I've spoken about user engagement gone too far, and I'm now going to talk about how we understand user engagement and how we try and get our users to engage with us. Now, at The Guardian, we call this our circle of love. It illustrates how users come to us as a casual user, how we try and make them feel connected to the brand, how we try and nurture that relationship into a committed user, and then maybe those users will be blogging on our site and creating the catalyst to draw more users to our site. So when I talk about a casual user, I really mean someone that's done a news search, maybe on Google, and The Guardian has come up in the search results. So they've come onto our site, read that story, maybe they've only clicked on one ad, and we really need to convert that casual user into a committed user. A casual user, okay, it will drive up our headline traffic figures, but the committed user is where we will draw revenue from. So, how are we connecting with our users? Firstly, we must respect our users. Now, guardian.co.uk is a publisher. When people blog on our site, they have to enter their email address. If they enter a competition, they have to enter their email address. So once we have that data on that user, we have to respect them. We can't spam them with loads of emails, giving them offers which may not be relevant to them. We really have to nurture that relationship. We also have to reward them. If someone has read our site, we have to provide engaging content. We also have to, if someone has blogged on our site, we have to make sure that that journalist replies to that comment or highlights the other interesting comments on the site. And we have lots of other ideas about how we're going to reward our users. One of them is that we're talking about looking at our super users and giving them flip-top cameras so that when they write their comments, they can actually upload photography easily as well. Immediate. When a journalist, once they've filed their story on the website, they can't sit back down and start thinking about the next story. They've got to be constantly engaged in that story, curating the content, highlighting other interesting comments. And to moderate or not. Now, I was in a presentation yesterday when I think it was the gentleman from Coca-Cola that was saying that they pre-moderate all the comments that appear on the site. Now, we have over 1 million comments every month from all of our users. So we don't pre-moderate the editorial blogs. However, if a user complains about a comment, we will go and investigate that comment, and if we deem it unsuitable, it will be taken down. So that's editorial blogs. We also create commercial blogs for our advertisers. An example of this is British Airways, so we might create a business travel blog. Now, obviously brands want to be in a safe environment, and we have to make them feel safe so they want to work with us. So with commercial blogs or commercial content, commercial microsites, we will pre-moderate the comments. But we make the brand understand that the more that we pre-moderate, the user knows that we're doing this, and then they won't respect it as much. So we try and work with the brand. So helping the users to get involved. We've got to make sure the content on guardian.co.uk is really engaging. We want them to share links with their friends, share stories, sign up and blog about the stories that we're creating. Get involved, send us videos, send us images. Now, a good example of this is what happened earlier this year in the UK. We had the G20 riots. And at these riots, it was one of the most photographed events in history. There was photo bloggers, there was professional photographers, there was people there with camera phones. We ourselves, as The Guardian, had 20 journalists that were covering the event. Now, at the event, tragically, Ian Tomlinson, a member of the general public, suffered a heart attack and later died. The police issued a statement saying that protesters were throwing bottles and they couldn't help Ian Tomlinson, and it was a protester's fault. Now, Paul Lewis, one of our journalists, had been at the scene, and he'd been talking to eyewitnesses, he'd been writing up about the story, and he just really felt that the police statement didn't match with what he was hearing from the eyewitnesses.
Webit e-Business i Internet Marketing Expo